Hi folks, Dr. Rob CYWES here. I am the carb addiction doc. And in this country, the overwhelming majority of people, unless they intentionally do it, have a degree of metabolic dysfunction. Whether it is mild, you're 5 or 10 pounds overweight, or your blood sugar's running a little high, or you got gout, or all the way through to full-blown morbid obesity, type 2 diabetes, blah, blah, blah. The majority of Americans by far have that as a problem. And everybody, try this diet, try that diet, blah, blah, blah. There is something that you can do immediately with a relative degree of ease that has the most dramatic, the most incredibly powerful effect, even if you change nothing else. Even if you change nothing else. And so let's understand what causes metabolic dysfunction. There's a genetic predisposition to it. I'm not going to discuss that right now. But there are 3 behaviors that we slowly get into that all of us are guilty of because our environment induces this. Number 1, we are eating way more sugar and starch than we need to or ought to eat. Carbohydrate overload. And along with that, we're diminishing fat. Don't worry about adjusting that. Don't even worry about adjusting that right now. You could, but don't worry about it. Number 2, and this is a big problem, we are exposed continuously to opportunistic bits of food that we can grab and eat. And we call that snacking. So while you may only be eating 1 or 2 or 3 meals a day, most of us opportunistically will grab something. You're in a meeting, you're in a store, wherever you are. The entire subliminal conversation is about snacking. Most of us go to a restaurant and we'll eat some chips or bread as a snack before our meal arrives. And then we'll have dessert as a snack after the meal. So snacking is pervasive. And then the third one is binge eating. Our society has a preconceived idea about how much we should be eating based on a 2,000 or 2,500 calorie diet, and we will put that load of food in front of us as a single meal. You go to any restaurant, no matter who you are, you order the same food, they'll put the same amount in front of you, and you will finish it. So I call that Rottweiler syndrome or binge eating disorder. But the reality is, the metabolic dysfunction then comes from continuously being in storage mode, where you're continuously eating, you're continuously adding food to the pile of food that's already in your stomach, and you're tasking your gut with breaking that food down and sending it to the liver, and the liver is continuously distributing that food out to the body. The liver is not a recipient of food. So continuously we are in storage mode, and we are never getting the opportunity to flip over and utilize the food that we've stored and repair tissue. There's no breaks. I've just started, I like to vary up my exercise, but Ketone IQ that sponsored a paper, a study done in Belgium at the Leuven University in Belgium, they looked at boosting sprint power and boosting recovery. So I put this to the test. Now, you'll hear me talk about my sprints on the track, but I did a few additional things. Number 1, my friend Sean Baker holds the world's long distance rowing, land rowing. So I did some land rowing. I did some swimming. Now, I'm not a big swimmer, but I did some swim times. Then I did some biking. And I just used my regular bike, not a speed bike. But I did those 3 things in sprint intervals. And the way it works is you choose, let's say, 50 meters or 100 meters of swimming, and you swim as fast as you can. Or you cycle 3 kilometers or 5 kilometers as fast as you can, basically a sprint race. Or you row for 10 minutes and you see how many cycles you can do in 5 or 10 minutes. And I took, on some days, regular Ketone IQ. I then took the Ketone IQ with caffeine. And I'd already proven this on my land sprints around a track, but every one of those modalities, in the water, on a bike, or on a rowing machine, every one showed a statistically faster speed over a block of time and faster heart rate recovery, because I do these repetitively, faster heart rate recovery just based on ketones and providing those ketones to my muscles. Try it, folks. If you're an athlete and you train every day, 7 days a week, you can destroy your body even if you're not doing a tremendous amount. Every athlete knows that we need to have rest days. for the body to heal itself? Well, nutritionally, the single best thing that you can do is to every day or for blocks of time, give your gut, give your body, give your liver a period of rest. And in nutritional biology, we call resting fasting. So the pearl I'm going to give you is that the single best thing, the single most immediate, easiest thing you can do to restore metabolic health is to fast. And whether that fasting starts out about eliminating snacking and eating 2 or 3 meals a day, and eventually getting to 2 meals a day in about a 6 to 8 hour window and having 14 to 16 hours of not eating, including sleeping, ideal way to restore metabolic health. If you can tolerate it, even doing a 24 or a 36 or a 48 hour fast, or even longer, preferably not above 5 days. But extended fasts are the simplest, single, easiest way for the majority of people to restore metabolic health, to make a tremendous impact on metabolic health. Who shouldn't be doing that? Well, daily periods of intermittent fasting is fine for pregnant women, but they probably shouldn't fast for a prolonged period of time. If you have a cancer or a very severe nutritional deficit disorder, cancer is a good thing to fast, but if you are in anasarca, if you have wasted your body, if you have chewed up all your muscle, probably not a good idea to do that. If you're in starvation mode, if you're coming out of anorexia, not a good idea to fast. Bulimia, anorexia, not a good idea. Rare. But everybody else can benefit tremendously from intermittent fasting as a way of life, going blocks of time each day to allow an ebb and flow where you storage and you're utilizing. You're storing and you're utilizing. And in utilization phase, the body's repairing itself. And then, unless you've got one of those other deficiency criteria where you have to eat regularly, extended fasts, not just as a block, but perhaps incorporating a 24 or 36 or a 48 hour fast as part of a weekly rotation. By far, the single best trick, the single best hack that you can use to restore metabolic cycling, to restore metabolic well-being, and to heal your body. I am the Carb Addiction Doc. I drop pearls. Follow me.